Occurred, the 27th of October 2010, 20 hours 15 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Wabash, IN, USA. Shape, light duration, 4 minutes. No of observers. 2 characteristics, lights on object, aircraft nearby. Fast moving light, no sound, disappeared right before our eyes. It was a completely clear sky. I live in a remote prairie area, so it is easy to see a large sky with no light from town, etc. My mother and I were pulling into the driveway when I saw what at the time I thought was just another airplane, as we live only about 20 miles from Grissom Air Force Base and there are a lot of them. I was joking with her to quickly park so we could get out to see a UFO. After we both got out of the car and looked up into the sky, it was a light about the size of a pencil eraser at arm's length, moving toward us from the west and almost straight overhead of us. I told her that I believed that all aircraft by FAA regs had to have a blinking light. This had none. It was also moving faster than an airplane would, but not fast enough to be completely unusual. Just my best guess, it would seem to be around 300 feet high. At this point I still believed it to be a jet, however it was making no sound. I've lived out here all my life, so I know the sound a plane makes. After about 2 to 3 minutes of watching it, it completely disappeared before our eyes. I told her it must have went behind a cloud, and she reminded me that there were absolutely not even a single cloud in the sky last night. As it disappeared, it got fainter, until completely gone. I believe that what I first thought was a cloud, but actually the Milky Way where it disappeared into. We think that the reason it got fainter was because it ascended at a high speed upward into the Milky Way region. I have never seen anything like this happen before. Only a minute or two after it was gone, 2 planes came toward us from the east, opposite of its travel direction and traveling a little lower than what the light was. I have always been a skeptic of these things and never have reported anything like this until now. I truly believe that there's no way a plane would be completely silent and completely disappear like that thing did.
Occurred, the 23rd of March 2012, 22 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Wabash, IN, USA. Shape, triangle duration, 0:20. No of observers. 1 characteristics, aircraft nearby. Around 10 o'clock p.m. on March 23, 2012, I was standing outside of my apartment smoking a cigarette looking at the sky when I noticed something that appeared to be kite-shaped about 60 feet overhead. When it got closer, I realized almost immediately that it was some sort of aircraft, triangular in shape, with 8 or 9 lights on the bottom, though none were lit. I had an exceptional look at the craft and have no doubt in my mind what it was. The craft was traveling around 30 to 40 miles per hour and was completely silent. Upon noticing what I was looking at, I became frightened and ran inside to alert my girlfriend. We returned outside a few minutes later to notice 2 red non-flashing lights traveling through the sky at high speeds and moving sporadically with seemingly no effort. There were also several other aircraft in the sky, but were man-made and a helicopter, all of them seemingly headed in the direction of the UFO. It then disappeared, and that was the last that I saw of the craft.
Occurred, the 15th of February 2014, 19 hours 23 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Wabash, IN, USA. Shape, fireball duration, 5 minutes. No of observers. 2 characteristics, aura or haze around object, giant red, orange glowing ball in night sky along horizon that had a duration of 5 minutes. We were driving to a basketball game around 7:20 p.m. and all of a sudden noticed a reddish, orange glowing ball that looked like a half-set sun in the east direction. At first we thought it was the moon, but then noticed that the white moon was already up in the sky. We also thought of the possibility that it could be the sunset, but then came to the realization that the sun sets in the west. This ball was at least 10 times larger than the size of the moon. We then drove on for another 5 minutes and planned to take a picture when we stopped driving. We arrived at the game and got out to take the picture, and it was gone. It disappeared as fast as it had appeared and had a duration of 5 minutes. Then 2 hours later, after the game, we were driving home in the same direction and checked the sky one last time. We did not notice a ball but did see a slight orange tint in the sky in the exact same place. We then came home to do research and got to the conclusion on that it must have been a UFO.
Occurred, The 9th of July 2016, 22 hours 30 minutes and 0 seconds local location. Between Wabash and Marion ONQ5, IN, USA shape. Duration. Blink of an eye, no of observers. 2 an almost blinding pure white flash in the upper eastern part of the sky. I was watching the sky through our moon roof. I seen 2 satellites or the space station and something caught my eye. I looked and there was in incredibly bright and fast. It went from a spot to a flash and disappeared. It looks like the stars are not visible in the spot where it happened still tonight. Weird, huh?
Occurred, the 15th of June 1975, 19 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds local location. La Fontaine, IN, USA shape. Disk duration, 15 minutes, no of observers. 1 characteristics. Lights on object, changed color, landed. Animals reacted. UFO scares cows and starts stampede breaking electric fence. My friend and I were returning home one evening, after fishing about 7 to 8 p.m. It was clear with no wind or noises. We were taking the back roads home in the country. As I was driving, my friend said, "Look at that." We both saw this object very slowly descending down. It looked like something close to being spherical shape with white lights revolving around it. We were about 1/4 mile away. There was absolutely no noise, which was extremely odd. I turned down the next country and watched this object slowly go down behind a house with hills behind it. As we got to the house where this went down, there were cows running all over the road, frightened and mooing. They had broke through an electric fence that was popping on the ground. We stopped to try and get the cows off the road, when a neighbor, whom I knew, came down to help. He asked if we knew what had happened because cows just don't break down an electric fence for nothing. We didn't say anything about what we had just seen. No one was home at the house when this happened. I've often thought about going back there, but that was 40 years ago. My friend and I still talk about it. It was real. I still wonder what it was to this day.
Occurred, the 1st of July 2005, 9 hours 30 minutes and 0 seconds local location. Rowan, IN, USA shape. Diamond duration. 2 minuets, no of observers. 1 characteristics. Aura or haze around object. Left a trail. Aircraft nearby. Positive UFO photos. I saw a silver diamond-shaped craft and thought it was an airplane. It was still and then it flipped to its side and vanished. I had my digital camera and just started taking pictures of where it had been as I kept driving. I saw nothing except traces in the sky like smoke or rocket trails. When I downloaded the pictures, I found 5 or 6 photos of the UFO with 2 pictures showing smoke circles and a zigzag pattern in the sky. It must have been traveling real fast because the camera caught what I could not see. It was a ball of fire with a black object in the center. I am very pleased with these photos.
Occurred, the 17th of March 2019, 13 hours 30 minutes and 0 seconds local location. West College Corner, in, USA shape. Sphere duration. 10 minutes, no of observers. 1 characteristics. Aura or haze around object. Aircraft nearby. I was watching the clouds around 1:30ish p.m. and I witnessed a ball of light following a jet at some distance away. The ball was catching up to the jet rather fast, and as the ball came within moments of collision with the aircraft, the jet then changed course immediately to a 60 or 70 degree angle in an upwardly direction. The ball continued in a straight line, then suddenly slowed as if it knew I was watching. Then suddenly a cloud formed and was lost to sight.
Occurred, the 2nd of March 2019, 15 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds local location, Mount Vernon, IN, USA shape, other duration, and LT. 10 seconds, no of observers. 1 characteristics, lights on object hexagon UFO shortly seen over a field. I was on my way home from work. It was an overcast day, but the visibility was around 1 mile. Roughly 500 meters out into a cornfield, I witnessed a craft in the shape of a hexagon, with 1 white light at each corner. The craft was below cloud level, but mixed in with the general fog. So not quite sure how high up. After watching it for 10 seconds or left, it vanished or shot away. Not sure due to the weather.
Occurred, the 16th of March 2015, 20 hours 45 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Urbana, IN, USA. Shape, sphere. Duration, 2 minutes. No of observers. 2 in the west sky. Seen 1 orange sphere-shaped light moving slowly north and then disappeared after about 2 minutes.